What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Stu. I want to read this Entertainment Tonight article where they actually talk to several people connected to the movie, and I'm talking Kevin, I'm talking people that worked on this film, and they ask about Stu. Now, the reason I think this is important is because it actually is a theme that I've talked about before on the channel. I'm not on the quote-unquote Stu train. I don't think he's alive. I don't think he would come back. I don't even think it would be necessarily a good idea to bring him back, considering the theme of, anybody can be Ghostface, but then you bring back, a character that already was to do it again. I don't even know if it would work. But one thing I've always said very confidently is I'm not ever going to make fun of the group that believes in Stu. Now, if certain sides jump over the line and start to insult or it's, their way or the highway, that's obviously a problem. But people that just go after people that believe that Stu is alive, I don't agree with that because I think the possibility is technically always there, and they've never declared it as a fact. The only one who has is Kevin Williamson, which we will read in this article. He has even said anytime that he says somebody's dead, he turns out to be wrong anyway, or anytime he says something that he's wrong, so it's not even worth basically listening to him. So that is, I would say, honestly, a very important thing to just keep in mind. I don't think Stu would ever come back. I don't even know if it would be a good idea. But to declare it like these people are nuts, or just some of the harsh words that are used against these people, I don't think it's really warranted, because they could shut it all down in a second if Matt, Tyler, any of them just said, Stu's dead, he's never coming back. If they said that, it would be all over. The thing is, they don't say it, ever. And in fact, in this article, they actually leave the door wide open. So let's talk about the article. So first, they asked Jasmine Savoy Brown, and she said, anything is possible, baby. And then Skeet Ulrich said, I really hope so. The actor added that Lillard is an incredible human being, and I know that he wants it bad. Meanwhile, Gillette acknowledged anything's possible. We brought back Billy as a hallucination, and then while producer Chad also added, he's also a fan favorite, so maybe, who knows? Even Williamson seemed open to it despite past claims that Stu is in fact dead. I mean, I would say never, but I've always been wrong when I do. He said admittingly that you can't say never, especially as the franchise continued to push forward. The creator even offered up another way Stu could return. There's always that twin brother theory, he said. These answers are not saying, yes, one day he'll come back. Kevin is still the most, I would say, it's not going to happen. But then he, of course, says, we'll never say never, basically that kind of line. Now, I think, the idea of, a Stu twin brother, for the love of God, don't ever do. I think that would be a really, really dumb move. That's just my personal opinion. But I would never do something like that. But here's the thing. Again, the reason why I think this article is so important, the reason I wanted to make a video on it, is just this is exactly what I've been talking about for years, at least one good solid year, where as long as these people, I'm not even defending Stu coming back. I'm not saying these people saying it means it's going to happen. All I'm saying is they constantly have chances to shut it down, and they don't. Does that mean he'll ever come back? Not necessarily, and I've said this before too, they could just be kind of dangling the keys in front of people, right? Dragging them along, saying, well, we'll never give you a definitive answer, so you'll always talk about it. You'll always keep that theory alive. It'll somewhat, it does impact Scream. Whenever you have people talking about something in a movie, well, most times, right? Not all the time, but it's a good thing, right? This kind of word of mouth. So I've said that before, where it's possible it's almost not, a malicious way may not be the right way to say it, but they're doing it purposely and they have really no intention to ever answer or to ever bring him back. They just want the theory always around, so people are always talking about it, which I don't love. But it is what it is. So again, people that go after Stu folks, well, ultimately, I think you should direct your attention and your anger towards these executives, towards these people that create the movies. Because when you have one of the two directors and then the lead producer, when you have these two specifically saying anything's possible, and maybe when you have them saying that, well, what do you expect these Stu people to do? What do you expect? You know what I mean? What do you expect? Because they're not saying no. If they literally, you asked Matt or Tyler, and they said, nope, done. He died. Didn't you watch the first movie? He's dead. All they have to do is say that, and it's over. Now, yes, Stu fans can like keep the theory going, but ultimately then that would be their problem. That would be, okay, well, you're grasping at straws. It was declared he's dead. And again, the only person out of this creative group that's ever said it is Kevin Williamson, who just acknowledged, and also he's said it before. He said Kirby was dead like a year and a half ago or a year ago, like before they got Hayden back. He said she was dead. So I think it was before Scream 5 came out. So that meant nothing. So, I like to bring this thing up. I don't know, controversial topic. I'm kind of drawn to it. Again, I don't think he'll come back. I don't think it necessarily makes sense for him to come back. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be nice, please, for the love of God. Make sure you're all subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.